2021 feels like just 365 days ago you started, you know? Because it did. I've had at least a few memories this year. Maybe three. I don't know, that sounds about right. Three memories. You probably had more than three, maybe less. I don't know. But what about movies and TV and music and etc.? I like to talk about those, so let's do that. 2021 was obviously a year still burdened by the pandemic, and it looks like we're headed back to where 2021 started with rising case numbers of the virus, but at least over the year, there were some movies that came out. Now, this video is going to be kind of wacky. I've got 3 segments planned to wrap up this year. First, I'm going to do a real quick little mini type review of Hawkeye because I didn't really want to pick a full video for it, but I'll still review it. Second, I'm going to go back and I'm going to revise the scores for all the things I reviewed this year. And then third, I'm going to hit you with my top 10 movies of the year. Let's go.
Come on!
It's alright. I guess the show is very similar to the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It had some moments where you're like, hey, I think I like this show actually, but overall the show is pretty messy, I'd say. Like in episode 3, they have this cool sequence where, you know, Kate and Clint are running from these Russian dudes, and they do this cool Children of Men style camera in the back seat bit, and it's a jolly old time. But the show really falls apart after the finale because basically all the plot threads are resolved in unsatisfying ways, and they do this really stupid fake out death with Kingpin, which I thought that really sucked because, you know, he was pretty cool in what little screen time he had on the show, and he's of course great on the Netflix show. That's basically the broad strokes of what I have to say. I'll say a 5 out of 10, but I also would say that it's better than the Falcon show. Anyway, that's about it. Let's move on to the next bit. Alright, now it's time for something that I would like to make a tradition, where I go back and I add in a few new thoughts about my old reviews and change the scores, because everyone's opinions change on movies and such, so let's do that. Let's look at that, how they've changed.
Wow! You're amazing!
Alright, now, I know I said everyone changes their opinions, and this is my oldest review at this point, but actually my opinion is about the same. I'm thinking maybe an 8 out of 10? It went down half a point, yeah. And I think if I were to add something that I didn't cover originally, there was this big debate about if Loki and Sylvie's relationship is incest, because, you know, they're like alternate universe versions of themselves, so it's like self-cest. You know, that's a pretty hairy topic. I'm actually just not going to say anything about that. I'm just going to leave that be. This video actually used to be blocked, but you can see it now. I don't really know why that changed. I didn't really do anything, but now you can do that. I actually reviewed both of the 2 Space Jams in this video. I basically said that everything I feel about Space Jam 1 is nostalgia, and yeah, that's true, but actually there's no but. That's the end of the sentence. Space Jam 2, on the other hand, I was way too generous with. Now, I do still believe that this movie is pretty fun to watch and make fun of, but I didn't score this movie ironically. I gave it a 4.5. It's a 3 at max. I'm being generous even with that. Let's say 2.5. Let's say that. That's fair. That's good.
He's crazy. Like me.
This is the only movie I reviewed this year that was a movie that, like, wasn't new. It didn't come out this year. I'd love to make more of these videos, but they take a long-ass time to make, and they get copyright claimed to hell. Like, when I made this one, I had to, like, remake it 25 times so I could actually make it public. That's not really important, though. But what I think I said in this video is pretty on the money. This movie is bad in so many bizarre ways that it really is just a classic. But, I don't know about a 9 out of 10, which is what I gave it. I mean, maybe the actual score for this movie isn't really that important. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at a 9 because, you know, I haven't watched the movie in a while, and I know if I watch it again, it's gonna go back to a 9. So I don't need to change it.
4-player, stream, sniping.
Okay, this one I've really changed on. This movie is bad. It is. This movie is not funny. This movie is too long. This movie is like fake deep as hell. Like the fucking melodramatic arc in the second half is so lame. And I know comedy is subjective, but this movie is not funny, you know? I'm thinking a 4.5. And it's a little controversial, you know, look at that tomato meter. But listen, people just see Ryan Reynolds and they're like, haha, this is such a fun movie. Look at him, he's such a quirky guy. But I'm going to tell you guys a little trade secret. Ryan Reynolds is not a very good actor. Deadpool just totally turned his career around, and now he's like Keanu Reeves. Venom, the song by Eminem, is not very good. But what about the movie, Venom 2, to be specific? I'd say the title of this video is a pretty good summary. It's a goofy movie, but as far as goofy movies go, it's more like a 5 than a 6. And it's better than the first movie, if you were wondering. But that's about it.
Grandma? Don't you ever call me that!
You guys remember Squid Game? I mean, I do. I'm sure most people remember, but we all haven't really thought about it much recently. There's a bunch I could add about this one. You know, episode 2 is really slow. The American guys, the rich dudes with the animal masks, they're bad actors. But it's definitely still good. Also, I watched the show for like a second time with the dub, and I know everyone makes fun of these, but like, do people actually watch these instead of subtitles for like any foreign language thing? Like, why? Anyway, 8 out of 10, I guess? Yeah.
I only require more power.
What If is so fucking lame, guys. Like, it is. I'm tired of pretending it's not. Let it be known that I did not go into the show wanting to dislike it. I thought it was a cool, innovative idea, but it's riddled with problems. There was no episode that after watching I was like, ah, this is a cool show. Never. It didn't happen. I talked about how the voice acting is off in the video, but I didn't really say it right. The voice acting done by like the film actors is usually the ones that's not that good because their work is not in voice acting. But the people who are replacing the actors for like Tony Stark, they actually do a pretty good job because they hired actual voice actors to do that. I do have some praise as well. Like, I think the animation is good. The fight scenes are certainly fluid, but like I said in the video, it's not the worst thing. I'll say like a 4, I guess. I know it's only a point less, and I started really aggressive, but
Evening, ladies.
this movie sucks. That was my stance in the first review, and I didn't really say that much at all that was good about it, and that was still too nice. Something I've heard people say, which is so stupid, is that, oh, people don't like this movie because instead of just fighting, they talk. Bitch, please, okay? Don't nobody dare to call this drivel some intellectual shit. This is not the thinking man's Marvel movie. This is a bad Marvel movie. It's that simple. It's boring, and then even still, it ends with a dumb CGI fight. 3 out of 10, it's not good.
It's about drive, it's about power. We stay hungry, we devour.
This video is actually perfect, okay? I wouldn't change anything about it. Except if you want to know my actual score, because I said it's like a 2. It's not a 2. I say a 5 out of 10, because this movie's actually pretty fun. Way more than Free Guy.
It's you who's out, Gobby. Out of your mind.
Very surprisingly, my opinion has not changed. You know, it's been a whole week. I can't believe it's still an 8.5. Yeah. Now it's been at least 368 seconds since I reviewed this, so now I'm thinking about a 9 out of 10. Here's the updated scorecard, and now it's time for the final phase of the video. Alright, now it's time for the top 10 movies of 2021. Let's go. Number 10, I'm gonna give to In the Heights. You know, this is a movie about like people in New York, and they like sing and dance and shit and like talk about family. You know, it's like that kind of movie. It's pretty cute. It's pretty decent. Number 9 goes to Nobody, the movie Nobody. If you don't know Nobody, it's John Wick, but John Wick is Saul Goodman, and it's great. If you're looking for a movie though that's like has a very complex, deeply plotted story, this is not that. But if you want to see the least threatening guy from Breaking Bad punch and shoot some bad guys in a well-shot way, this is a perfect 10. Number 8, I'm gonna give to Quiet Place 2. This is a horror movie sequel that came out in recent year, but as a slight twist on those kinds of movies, as it's actually good. That's a bigger twist than Shyamalan could have ever cooked up. Number 7, I'm gonna say is The Suicide Squad. I can't believe that a movie that shares the name of the 2016 thing known as Suicide Squad would be one of my favorite movies of the year. But it is. It's fresh. It's different. It's wild. Yeah. Number 6 is Spider-Man. You know what I think about this movie. It's a good movie. It was kind of weird though when those two guys came in wearing Spider-Man suits. I don't really know what was up with that. Number 5 is Bad Trip. Oh, bro, this movie is it's just funny. It's just Eric Andre doing pranks on random people like on the show, and then there's like a loose storyline throughout. It's amazing. It's hilarious. It's perfect. I love it. Number 4, I'm gonna say is No Time to Die. The new James Bond. It's kind of wacky to think that this movie was just like finished for 18 months, and then after all that wait, it comes out, and it's actually a good movie. Disgusting, unbelievable. Number 3 is Pig. Okay, this is a Nick Cage movie that's actually unironically good. It's about a dude looking for his pig, and it's amazing. Nick delivers what could be a career best performance in this truly beautiful film. It's fantastic. Number 2, I will say, is Judas and the Black Messiah. I feel like anything I could say about this movie would be very reductive of the film's artistry. So I'm just gonna say, good film, very, very good film. Yeah. Okay, first one I want to mention is Fast and Furious 9, man. This movie is it's actually hysterical. It's got to be the fastest, most furious movie of 2021. John Cena and Vin Diesel are brothers. And you may be wondering, well, they look a little bit different, but look at the chin. They both have the distinctive Toretto chin. That's straight from the movie, man. Also, they go to fucking space. I also want to mention Shanghi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Out of everything that Marvel released in 2021, this is either the second or third best thing. That's out of 8 things. The movie really is quite good. It's like a martial arts movie. And I'm happy to say that because of that, it also has the best fight scenes in the entire MCU. This is a pretty neat movie. And finally, now for number 1, drumroll. Number 1 goes to Boss Baby 2 Family Business. What are you waiting for? You waiting for something? You think I'm gonna say something else is number 1? Well, nah. This is it. This is number 1. Okay, number 1 goes to Dune. Okay, this movie slaps. I wrote a whole script for a review, but I never finished recording it, the audio, and I never got around to editing it, which is still upsetting to me. But the movie is so good. I don't get why some people don't like it. Well, I do. It is sort of a slow burn type of movie. It's more about tension than direct action. But it's so good, So, yeah, that's number 1. That's about it. And there we have it. Thanks for coming to my Watch Mojo presentation. Happy New Year. And I guess here I am in Times Square. There I am. That's me. What's up? And who else do I see here? Well, none other than Kanye West. Wow, this is crazy. Oh my gosh, Kanye. What a coincidence to see you here. So I know you and Kim broke up recently, and it's almost midnight, so And you know what people do when the clock strikes midnight. Oh, you're coming closer? Oh my gosh, is this really happening? Oh, yes, please. Bro, what am I doing? Alright, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming. Here's to 2022. It's been fun making some videos this year, and hopefully I'll make a few next year. Yeah. Peace and love.